Well, I should be live. I guess I'm live. I'm gonna turn that microphone a little bit. If anybody is there, howdy, howdy. And if you are there, Mom, I am here now. You're probably still trying to find me. But anyhow, I am live. 15 minutes late, but here we is. Just hanging out with nothing much to talk about. So if anybody comes on and has something they want to talk about, we will talk about it. Got offered a grill brush. Exclusive steel mesh, stainless steel. Needed that tonight. Got the grill done, got cooked on, got burnt hamburgers. But it's all right. I'll look at this later. I am really tired, y'all. So I don't know how long this stream is going to last. It will last till nobody shows up or we run out of something to talk about if anybody does show up. Figure I might as well start transferring files from the SD card over to the camera. I don't know what my phone's beeping about now. Email. vidIQ. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. Anyway, I don't know if anybody's going to be here or not. I didn't even look. Ray may be live. I need to look in just a second. What was this? Brand dash man 6 burner grill. We'll go with that. Found me. Yeah. I'm just transferring them grill videos over, or the clips of the video over to the hard drive. I don't know how long I'm going to stay live. I may go to bed. New window. I'm going to see if Ray is live. If he's live, I'm just going to shut it down and let him have it. National Grandpa, Rideshare Rodeo. Rideshare Rodeo is live. Anyway, there's nobody really showing up, so I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to let this thing do its thing, and I think I will. Yes. Well, hello, Ray. Really tired. I was fixing to shut it down. I was just looking to see if you were on live, but I didn't see you on live. I was late too. I just now logged in about 5 minutes ago, but nobody was here, and I'm feeling tired, and I thought if he was on a live, I was just gonna. I see Steve is still on his live, but he's on a phone call. That's cool. I was gonna look. Why do I have a message flopping? I got a lady coming in early in the morning. Well, to me, it's early to look at the recliner that I have in here. I was just looking to see if there was anything from that Amazon. Emily's got the emails, and she's on her last part to the background check. Thanks for the information last night. Oh, you're welcome. I wish I'd known about the printers before. Oh, the label printers, yeah. It's kind of funny. I got a message later. Actually, I think I saw it this morning. I don't remember. For a label printer, but I couldn't do the review on it because it was Air Print, which is for iPhones and iPads and whatnot. So I just told them I couldn't do it because they wanted it demonstrated using that Air Print, whatever, and you can't use that with Android. So, I mean, it comes with an app that you can use that printer with Android, but they was wanting the AirPrint. So, but if you need one, I wouldn't wait for me to get one. But if you're not in a rush, I might get one because I've gotten probably 4 in the last 6 months. So, well, how long did I say I had that one? 7 months. Well, actually, I guess probably in the last year. See, I couldn't demonstrate that one because I don't have iPhone, so I don't know nothing about AirPrint. Yeah, I mean, if you're not in a great rush, but it's kind of like if you wait, I won't get one, but as soon as you buy one, I'll get one in. But if you are going to get one, that one link to that one I sent you that I use, that's been a good one so far. And I like the fact that I can use it on my phone and the computer. It makes it so much easier. And the more I mess with my phone, the more I dislike my phone. And I know there's people that use their phone for all kinds of stuff. Earlier, I was trying to find a guy's name that was on my message on Facebook, and I couldn't scroll the little pop up messenger thing that's on your Facebook. It was scrolling the whole page, and it drives me nuts. I need to set up the eBay account and get a new commerce site up again. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're not in a big rush, we'll see. We'll see if we get one in the next month or two. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, if you was going to order one, I would probably get the one that I've got because it's been a good one. Isn't that a new phone to you? Oh no, no. This phone? No. This is the S22 Ultra. I've had it 2 years, 3 years. Finally got it paid off. However long it takes to pay one off, I finally got it paid off. Uh, what, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago? And I could get another one. I could get the S20, was it S25 Ultra? But man, a $59 phone bill is sure nice compared to 102 or whatever it was. I'd just soon have it at 59. No, I never got one. No, I was talking about it because I was eligible because this one's paid off, but I just haven't got one. And after doing that video over at my mom's tonight or today, I already knew I really needed a new camera lens, but after doing that video, I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet. Maybe I should start a GoFundMe. Those lenses are expensive. The cheap one is around, I think it was like 360 or 380, something like that. And the better ones are about $4,000, 3,500 right in there. But I need a 16 millimeter, 14 to 16, so I can get that wide angle. I had to put it all the way inside of her living room, open the patio door, and shoot out the patio door, and so I could get the top of my head and then almost to the bottom of the grill. And it's a 35 millimeter. Yeah, them lenses are expensive, and I know it would pay off because I could do more overhead shots when I'm undoing stuff, unboxing stuff. Because the lens I have on my camera now, you have like this mic, you have about this much. You know, if I was unboxing this mic, you have about an inch and a half on each side of whatever you're doing. So you have to have it dead center. And if you move it a little bit, you're out of frame. So it's just almost impossible to do. And that overhead crane that holds the camera is up 2.5 foot, 3 foot. Last wide angle I bought was about 300. They got stolen when they broke into the house and stole the camera kit. Oh man, yeah, it's expensive, but I don't know. I need it. I really do, but I hate spending that much money. You know, it's not like spending 50 to 75 bucks. That's a big investment. But the advantage to it is even if you upgraded your camera, as long as you stuck with Canon, you could use that lens on the new camera. Hello, Steve. I uh, I got on here late and nobody was here. I sat here for a minute and I opened up a window to see if Ray was live, and he wasn't live, but you were live, and I kind of watched that for a second, and then Ray, I was fixing to get off, and then Ray showed up. Hello, Tim. And for some reason, I have just been really, really tired. I'm not sick. I just feel really tired. I maybe the time change. What exact lens are you looking for? The a 16 millimeter, but it's got to be on the for my Canon. You know, it's hold on. I forgot what it's called. Where am I at? We'll just go to Amazon. It's the something mount. My mind is going. RF mount. That's it. DSLR. Yeah, it's for my Canon. It may well be the time change. Wendy and I have been tired recently too. I could go lay down on. Matter of fact, the other night I was going to just lay down for a few minutes on the recliner. Then I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning. Find me the model number. I think I put it. Let me look in my shopping cart because I think I put it in my shopping cart for the save for later. Let's see, save for later list. Pretty sure, and this was the cheaper one because the other one was about 3,500. Well, I thought I did. Catcher's classroom. Oh, I guess not. Could well be. Wasabi, Captain Jordan. Canon EOS R 16 millimeter. $319. Oh, that's a 10 to 18. Here's a 16. It's $299.99. Well, here, let's see. I guess I'm just going to have to do it. I don't know. Because I was joking. I said I need to start a GoFundMe or something. I'm joking, though. I think this one will work. It's the 2.8, so it's not going to be real good in low light, but I have lights, So they're $300. Yeah, I'd love to have the 16 to 35. But the thing of it is, when I do the overhead shots, that's such a long lens. I don't know because you would be getting it too close. I don't know why that was 338, but see, the 1.8 is what I'd like to have because that gives you a lot better bokeh when you're doing videos and stuff. But I just mainly need it for the wide angle. And I have a 24 to 270, I think, and the 24 is not wide enough, so it's going to have to be the 16. What was that first one? What was it? 14 to 10 to 18. That one would be interesting, but it's a 4.5. But man, I don't know. I'll just have to brighten it up a little bit better. But I was pretty set on this one right here. I think that one would work just fine. But $300 is, to some people that ain't much, but to spend all that at once on on that, but I know it would make its money back overall. I mean, with the different abilities. The only thing that I did read on these around your edges, you get a little bit of bowing, but if I've got it, I can crop in a little bit during the edit. Yeah, the 50 millimeter is the 1.8, which would be great, but 50 would be too narrow. I need something, like a 16, 14, 16 right in there. And there's some, I was trying to remember, there's a couple of more brands that I'd looked at, but after a lot of research, it kept coming back to this Canon 16. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd love to review some Canon stuff. If I could get Sony interested, I would switch over to Sony because I've only got 2 Canon lenses. So I mean, it's not like I've got a whole barrage of lenses. The Drew, howdy howdy. I don't remember. We'll go it like this. I don't care nothing about that UV filter. See if Walmart shows up. Adorama, Canon, Best Buy, $2.99, $2.99, $2.99, $2.99. Might have to drop Walmart in there. Oh, lens only $257. That would save $40. Because I don't care nothing about the filter. Because it's all, and some of those filters, until you get over to the ND filters, some of them are just more of a protector than anything. But the Sony still use the girls. Yes, as far as I know. And I just like Fronos and some of the other photographers and stuff. I just watch the videos and hear what they're talking about. I haven't really followed Sony that much, but I know the Panasonic and the Sonys. The Sonys is supposed to be coming out with some really good ones here lately, especially for stuff like I do, for like vlogging and stuff like I do basically. But not sure if it's what you're looking for, but Boulder has one of the largest camera stores in the country. Everyone loves it. Let me get MikeCamera.com. I think I didn't know. Yeah, there we go. $299.99. It does come with a little shield, sun visor, whatever you want to call them. I have one. I never really used it. It makes you look professional though when you're out in the real world. Yeah. $50 off rebate ends November 19th. I wonder what their shipping would be though. Huh. Another email. I have a feeling since I'm tired, they're going to be sending me emails all night. Christmas is about to come up and everybody's going to start shopping. Oh, you think it's free shipping? Yeah, thank you. Because that was, let's see, Walmart was $257, wasn't they? Didn't I see $257? And if they've got a $50 rebate, that'd be $249. I just soon get it from them. And see, some of the lenses, if you notice, this one just has your control focus. It don't have the autofocus and manual focus switch. So this one is strictly manual focus, which is fine with me. I've almost gotten to where I shoot manual on everything pretty much. I do switch it to auto here and there, like today when I did the grill, but I was standing in front of the grill and you lose too much focus there. So the autofocus compensates and splits it, but y'all kind of know how that works. Yeah. Yeah. I will definitely be saving this site, and that's through November 19th. Maybe I got Bowie this weekend. It might be a good time to go ahead and do it. And I bet if something was wrong with it, you could probably send it back just like you could Amazon. That's the one advantage to getting it to Amazon. It's so easy to send stuff back. You want to click, 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 and sometimes you got to print out a shipping label, and sometimes all you need is the QR code, and you take it to the UPS store. But uh, yeah, I'm gonna definitely save this. No, I don't want. Let's see. Hold on. We're gonna. What was this? Mike's? Is it what? Yeah, Mike's. There. Because there might be other stuff later on that I might need. All right, I appreciate that. That saves, you know, 7 or 8 more bucks. Wichita Falls doesn't have any camera shops anymore. We used to have one, and they went out of business several years ago. I guess people just not really into photography around here, but we don't live in a beautiful area where there's a whole lot of photography opportunities. And a lot of people will buy their stuff, online at Adorama and all them places like that. I watched an interesting video about Amazon returns earlier. I'll send you the link later if you like, Brandon. Okay. The What kind of surprised me talking about Amazon is Emily was reading me what the Amazon here is that basically they're going to they're building the warehouse here. But the only videos I really ever watched was Gig Mom. She was down in Florida, and I remember, you know, she would have videos that it wasn't even daylight yet, and going into a warehouse, and people were waiting around to pick up bulk, lots of items. But the Amazon they're going to have here, I guess they're going to have that, but they're going to have like Amazon on demand. I forgot how she said that. Basically, you can go and Amazon Fresh. You can go shop orders just like Spark. I really don't know. I haven't gotten anything from them, but I guess that's how they're going to work here, and they may work that way everywhere else. But the videos I had watched on Amazon Flex, they went like that. But maybe all that was available for those folks. They just didn't do it because it wasn't worth doing. I don't know. But it's like Emily said, hopefully, because, most of these apps, you have the honeymoon phase. And that's what she's hoping for is the onboarding and getting started up. Maybe they'll really pay good, but then it's going to drop back off. They hook you and then they sink you. It was about DoorDash has Dash Link. It's actually better than Flex. Well, they're just opening this one up here. We've never had Amazon here. So used to love going to camera shops, especially when dealing with the old 35 millimeter film, which I see is being sold again now. I had some 35. Oh, no, actually, Emily had some 35 millimeter developed. That's expensive to have it developed now. My mom's got the Canon AE1. Fantastic camera. Almost 40 years ago. Still a really good camera, though. She's got a bunch of lenses, and I actually bought a mount that I could use the old lenses like that on my DSLR, but you get too much bowing on the edges and the color distortion. Only by mystery women. Did I miss something? You're buying mystery women? Hmm. Well, well, well. Kind of curious. Sigma, that's one of them I was trying to think of earlier. That's a 10 to 18. See, it's 729 and it's a 2.82. I wonder why it's just pulling up that one. Hmm. Brandon, I have a friend, Joe. Oh, let's play DoorDash in Detroit, and he is basically doing exactly. Oh yeah, I remember, I watched some of his videos. What was it? 2, 3 months ago, you told me about him. Yeah, I went, and I think they had just moved into where I guess where they are now, and he was like working on his garage and stuff like that, and setting it up like a warehouse. Uh, I need to open up YouTube on here so I can click on these links because I can't click on the links. Let's see, who am I tonight? Dash and Grandpa. Uh, who do you want to be tonight? Joe on the go. Aunt and uncle had bought a couple. I think they've started buying the storage units or something, but I think they bought a few of them, and I think they made a little money on some of them, but lost some on some, and then I don't think they do anymore. But Jess is getting a little up there to be sorting through all kinds of stuff. The older gentleman. But I think it'd be kind of cool. Let's do the first 35 millimeter SLR camera that my dad bought for me on my 13th birthday. It always worked well. It's Russian made, heavy, but great pictures. Got my Nota SLR. I'll check out Joe's channel for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we've got 2 Amazon stores here that the guys buy. But the one guy at one of the stores, I talked to him a little more than that. The other one was not very customer oriented. But the one guy, I talked to him for a little bit, and he said, sometimes you get a list of what's on a pallet, and you don't know exactly what kind of condition it is, but he said you kind of pick and choose which ones you buy. I don't know. It's kind of a neat store, but a lot of the stuff they have is stuff that I've reviewed or that I could get. So, some of that stuff is real gimmicky, and some of it's like, "Wow, I didn't know they made that." And then some of it's really good. Yeah, I think it would be kind of fun, though. It'd be I was going to be a photographer when I was younger, even learn how to develop film and use the darkroom for prints and all that good stuff. Oh, wow. I love photography, but I never got that. I always use my mom's Canon, uh, A1. I guess that's why I stayed with Canon because that was a good camera and Canon's a good name, and Peter McKinnon uses Canon. You know, of course, uh, Pro knows if y'all keep up with different camera guys. He uses a Sony. Yeah, he may have switched. But I know a lot of Canon users on YouTube have switched to Sony, and some of the Googan squads, I think they use the Panasonics, and those young he knows what I'm talking about on the Googan squad, but I think a lot of those guys use the Panasonics. I don't know. Yeah, I already subbed to him, but I've watched him a few times. He's up to 328. He's grown quite a bit since the last time I watched. The drunk wedding photographer, no clickbait. Brandon often talks about cameras and review apps. Oh, that's cool. Never heard of them. Might be worth checking out. Where am I at? There I am. Where did I just look at? The Is this a photography live stream channel? No. No, we're just talking about it. I just saw I actually have YouTube opened up on another screen. Uh, I was just talking about needing to get a new lens. I need a wide angle for EOS R. How did you get clickbaited? I don't even have anything on here. I actually don't even think I named this live stream. There's no clickbait, that's a fact. Pretty good idea, though. Uh, no clickbait. Oh, I was like, I was confused. I missed some of the comments. That's why one of the reasons when started doing Amazon reviews, I joined that Amazon buying, and that is one of the reasons why I had all the lighting and the background, and the rainform and all that. And I was gonna start doing photography, and I was gonna do wedding photography and maybe a little videography, but the more I thought about it, that's a one-shot deal for those people paying big money, and if I screwed it up, I would feel horrible, I mean, they wouldn't have to jump on my case, I would already feel horrible enough, and so I just thought, I'm I can use the camera, but there's people that they could hire that know a lot more about photography than I do, so I just kinda backed off that one and stayed into the reviews and stuff. The thumbnail had a Canon lens, so I thought, but I don't even have a thumbnail on here. Well, I don't know. I have no idea how it has a camera lens on there. That's interesting. Uh, I don't even know how can I see it? Thumbnail had a camera lens. Yeah, technically, I guess we are kinda talking cameras, but you probably by looking at your name, you probably know a lot more about photography than I. All I know is I need a 16 millimeter lens. I'd like to have one a little wider, and I'd like to have a 1.8 f-stop, The 2 I think that 2 the 2 what, 2.8, I think it'll be fine because 'cause I've got enough lights. For my clients on 35, yeah, 35 is what I have on my camera now, but, like, I was doing a real video of my mother's house, but I had to set my camera in the living room and shoot out the patio door to get it wide enough. 'Cause it was well, of course, if I was shooting at, 1080, it would have been fine, but I like to shoot everything in 4K. I know it's a little overkill really, but I think the sharpness is worth it, you know? I probably should have dropped it to 1080, but nevertheless, if I just had a wider angle, but the only like I was saying earlier, the only drawback to the 16 that I've read, it's on the edges, you get a little bowing. Now, I don't know, but if it's wide enough, I can crop in because I wanna do overhead shots too for unboxings. Joe does what now? Her does live. Gig Miles Outdoors, you're proud of that? That's right, I spelled it incorrectly. Well, I've seen a few things about the whatnot auction site. Huh, yeah, we still gotta catch up over on Jenny, who can I turn to? Yeah, we'll be going 8675309 here in a minute. Uh, I'm kinda curious as why there is a camera lens on the thumbnail. Let's see. I wonder if it shows if you don't have a thumbnail during the live stream, if it shows whatever you have on your screen. Because looking at Dash and Grandpa, it shows a window, and yeah, if it does that, I see where the camera lens came from. You just great minds think alike. Anyway, I was losing track of the chat. And what am I doing here? I got this opened over here. Oh, we were shopping, wasn't we? Whatnot. Yeah. John. I wonder how much your new Canons are. Rebel TS. I think they're up to like the R10 now. Mark 5. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Could you imagine me spending that kind of money to do product reviews? That camera? The R50 is supposed to be really good for vlogging, things like that. I don't know about to like professional photography, but yeah, there's the R10. Really? 999. I wonder if that is like the, uh, R let's see, EOS R. There was the cheaper version of the EOS R because 999 is cheaper than what EOS R is. EOS R. R10, R7, R8, R5. They're not even showing the R now, are they? Anyway, man, I could spend a boatload of money. Maybe I need to. Need to figure out some tax deductions. Oh, Friday nights, he seems to be in long auctions while he is drinking. It's pretty hilarious. RP, that was the cheaper version of the R. That's what I was wondering about that R10. But I was thinking the EOS R was still up around 1,800. Maybe I don't know why I'm even looking at these. I'm not getting one. Here I am trying to figure out how to come up with 299 bucks. Well, actually, I won't have to come up with that much. I think I'm gonna order that lens from this guy. Anyway, I guess that's enough of that. You're a Nikon fanboy, but I can't deny Canon has the best price volume lenses, no value lenses. Yeah, the price the 16 that I'm looking at is cheap, and I guess it would be considered a prime lens, but, the Canons has got the red ring around them, so the one lens I really want was about 3,500, but, that's way beyond. I mean, that's like driving a Lamborghini in a go-kart race, it's no use in having something like that for what I do, but I was just thinking if I could get that lower f-stop, the bokeh would look better, because I might could actually use it for when I'm doing the product reviews. Because right now, the 35, I get a little bit of bokeh, but not a whole lot, but enough to kinda blur my bookcase behind me, but I don't know what the 16 will do, but, the 16, what was it? The 2.8 or 2.4? Anyway, 2.8. It might do good. I don't know, but I'm gonna order it and I'm gonna find out, and I guess if I don't like it, I can send it back. I just gotta wait till after this weekend to see how sales go this weekend. The L lenses, the silver ones are good enough. Yeah, yeah, like 16 I'm looking at, it don't it doesn't have autofocus from m my understanding. It's supposed I hope it don't have autofocus because I don't wanna deal with autofocus. 'Cause I think it's manual focus only. I better look and make sure. Oh, it is autofocus. I don't want autofocus. I honestly don't really like shooting with autofocus. Oh, man, back to the I don't know, because if it's autofocus, you're definitely not gonna get no bokeh out of that because it's gonna be focusing on everything, is my understanding. Oh, man. Okay, what would be a good wide angle for the Canon that you can shoot manual? 'Cause I used to do autofocus a lot, but the more I've used it, the more I've realized the manual focus is the way to go, and, it just looks so much better. Like, I just did one video on a, little Bluetooth Camaro car Bluetooth speaker, but when you're looking at the butt end where the all the controls are, everything's blurred out except for that right there, and to me, that looks good. The 28's too wide. I mean, too narrow. I've got a, 24 on well, I've got a 35 on it, but I've got a 24 to 270, and I've tried the 24, and it's not wide enough for my overheads. That's the problem. Samyang. Wonder if he's got this here. Sam Yang 16. Oh, okay. All else fails, we'll go to Amazon. 3.99. 100 bucks more. Oh, that's for the Sony. Do they make RF mount? Hmm. I mean, I've got the adapter, but I really don't want to use the adapter because then I'm getting further and further, and that's going to put me closer and closer to my desktop. Check B&H. I don't think I have B&H saved. Yeah. Oh wow, it is after. I'm gonna look this up. Hello, pork chop. Yeah, we're just looking at cameras past my bedtime. All right, Tim, have a good one. Appreciate you coming by. Well, let's get to B&H first. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Says I was a P. Now I might need to put all that in. Sign. Years ago, or a few years ago, I remember reading something on those. Those are for like the. No, I'm not even gonna say. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just shut up. F 2.0 APAS UMC CS lens. Well, that's cheap enough. I mean, my only issue is the length of the entire lens. I've only got about 3 foot from my overhead down to my desktop in the studio/living room. Uh, so I don't know. if that would give me enough coverage, you know? That's why I was looking at that 16, but since I didn't think I thought it was manual, but since it's autofocus, I don't know. Yeah, pork chop, we was talking about I wasn't really going on lenses, but, the drunk wedding photographer thought we was having a live stream on cameras because apparently when you're a live streaming and somebody just runs across it, it shows whatever is on the screen, and it was a camera lens at that time, and technically, we were talking about lenses, but it's not like camera. I'm not a camera guru. I know just about enough to get myself in trouble. It's kinda like my mechanic, and I'm a good enough mechanic to know that I'm not a mechanic. I think that's the only 16 millimeter that's manual focus for Canon RF. Mm. Yeah, I think if you go wide, if you go into, like, the zooms, like, what was that I was saying earlier, a 10 to 14? Or maybe it was a 8 to 14, I don't know. Let's just see what RF mount lens, whoa, sigmas, 18 to 50, 24, let's see, can we filter down? I'd actually bought this lens right here when I first got my camera, but I wound up having to send it back because I needed the money. I never even got to use it because I was thinking about doing some s what do you call it? Astro astrophotography, but I never did. So I don't know how good it would be, but you still got that long barrel or whatever the technical name is. This one here, oh, that would be cheap enough. RF mount lens full frame format, aperture range 2.8 to 16. See, I wanna make I do not like the fisheye. You know, I I don't I personally don't get it, but I know some people buy lenses specifically for fisheye. I want a and I've noticed a lot of the, action cameras my GoPros is not too bad, but I've seen and some of the newer action cameras aren't bad. Some of the older ones, they got a lot of that bowing. Even when you got put them on narrow, they still got a lot of bowing and that fisheye, and I just don't like it. I guess if he was, like, snow skiing or motorcycling or bicycle, motocross, whatever, it would be okay, but for just walking through a state park or fishing or whatever is what I used to use it mainly for. I didn't really like the stuff. Mhm. Mm. Oh, I heard something sounded like somebody knocking. I forgot I had clothes in the washing machine. I'm gonna have to go get them out because it's shirts. I need to hang 'em up so I don't have to iron. I own an iron, I just don't the ironing board. I am definitely gonna have to look more into lenses, I guess. I was ready to order that 16, but am I right though? You're not getting any bokeh with that with it being on autofocus, would you? Because if I had it sitting, you know, say 10 foot in front of me, everything behind me is gonna be in focus too. If you know, and the way from my experience anyway, I may be wrong. I haven't ironed a shirt in 20 years. Uh, I've ironed a couple of backgrounds. Actually, I tried to iron one and I wound up getting a steamer to get the wrinkles out of it for a backdrop, but I guess my watch shut off. Oh, I need anyway, you can switch to man. So the 16, so you can just do it in body. Okay. Well, if I can switch to manual focus on in body, that would work. Then I would still get that bokeh. Okay, cool. I may just go with that then. 'Cause like that artisan and the Rokinon and stuff, the only thing that gets me is the length of the lens. That's gonna put it close down to my desktop. So that kinda, you know, cuts that back. But yeah, if I can change it in body, then that would work. I could at least try it, but I like the blurred. I don't know if y'all are familiar with, like, Brian G. Johnson, but his setup, it's real blurred in the background. There's more people out there that do videos like that, like head they call headshot videos, and I just prefer the blurred background. This one, of course, isn't. I'm just using whatever camera that is. Okay, I can rest easy now. Now I can go hang my shirts up and go to bed and rest easy. Yeah, I didn't think about that, yeah, 'cause my other 2 lenses, it's got the switches on them, and you just flip the switch manual versus off. But yeah, you can do it in body. Okay. Can you not put something under the overhead mount to make it further away from the desk? No, because it clamps on to the desk, like the boom arms on the mic holder, things like that, and so if it's mounted on a tripod or something, you can do that, which if I was a real professional, I would have one of those with the tripod with the bar running through it and the sand on there, but I'm not that professional. But then I do have a little, what do you call it? Daisy, the thing that turns. Anyway, hey, I can hear that. I am going to get off here and go hang up my shirts before they get wrinkled, and then I think I'm gonna go lay down. I am really tired, and now I really can't. I appreciate that the drunken wedding photographer. You're welcome to come back anytime, and if you got something to say about photography, I'm all ears. Uh, I feel better now. First, I felt good about the 16, then I thought, "Crap, I want manual focus," but then I feel better now that I can do that. So, it's good, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody else for coming over here and hanging out for a little bit. Uh, we'll do it again next Wednesday night on the review channel. Don't have too many more of, this channel is gonna be changing, by the way, January 1st. So, mm, yeah, alright. Anyway, uh, this channel's got some new things coming starting January 1st, so y'all hang out and see what happens. Who knows? I don't even know. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming by hanging out, and, just for old times sake, y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, whatever it is you're gonna do, just keep doing something 'cause you're gonna grow old if you don't, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Y'all have a good night. Easy, Mike, easy. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.